Hey, Victor, thank you very much for sharing your time today. I'm so proud that I'm talking to you, and it is my privilege that since we are celebrating this Recruiter Month, and it's my really, from my heart, it is always a respect for the recruit industry, which is uh, felt stress during pandemics. From our side, a small respect to recruiter, and we want to acknowledge you as one of our heroes in this journey. And
Thank you.
first, before I start, I really want to know a little bit about you. If you can share something about your journey so far.
I started my career in 2005. The way I started was a kind of an accident. My father's a businessman, and I was with him after my college. And I had a follow to my father, and I said, I'm going to looking for my job. I just attended an interview, and that's where I got selected as a recruiter. And here I am, 15 years down the lane. I'm working as a recruiter.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I agree. Like everybody starts as an accidental start. Even I started entrepreneurship as accidental, but there is always something, a motivation which kept you driving in that field. So if you can share some motivation behind, like now as a recruiter, 15 years, what that
Yeah.
motivates you every day.
To me, recruitment, when you get to recruitment, that's a place where you get to learn a lot of things. I mean, say if I'm going to be into a production, that is going to be streamlined only with a production segment. I'm going to know only about production. Or if I'm going to be into quality, I'm going to learn only about quality. But recruitment is the only place you get to know production, quality, purchase. I mean, if you look at IT, development, testing, you get to know every kind of a segment, and every day is a learning in recruitment, and that what keeps me driving.
Interesting. I know it's a huge learning which always comes as a part, and that
Yeah.
makes a one person successful and motivated always, right? So I'm sure you have learned one few critical skills in this whole journey. Would you like to share with everybody, like, what are those critical skills as a recruiter you have learned?
So it was a lifetime learning for me. Patience, be
Hmm.
friendly, and also professional. These are the most important things I learned in recruitment.
Okay, sounds good. And
That's
it always excites me since your story and my story connects a lot.
wow.
And I really want, I'm excited to know. I'm sure in this whole journey of 15 years, you must have faced certain challenges in your life, and which is, we call it like hit to the wall type of moments,
Yes. Yes.
and you have recovered them, and you might have came out with a new processes. You may have came out with a new knowledge base, not new techniques to that whole handling those
Very true.
walls.
Very true.
And those walls always keep coming. Like if I talk about my stride, these walls keep coming every month, every year, something new is there.
Yeah.
But it is all similar now. For me, it looks similar. And I said, okay, that's a technique you used earlier. We used it here. Right? Do you
Yes.
think that, would you like to share with everybody what challenges you faced and what techniques you
See,
followed?
when it comes to recruitment in my earlier stage, I used to forget a lot. I used to really not remember what kind of a candidate should I call, or when should I attend. I mean, make him attend an interview. This kept slipping on my head. Now, one of my ex-boss, I can name him as well, Mr. Prabhakaran.
Mhm.
He got very irritated with me. Honestly, he got very irritated, and he bought me a diary and a pen. And
Okay.
I didn't know for what reason he bought that. And he came to my desk. He himself came to my desk and he said, Victor, get to write your to-do list today. Yeah,
Okay.
you got to write everything and show it to me. And in the evening, you have to get it signed from me. So now this kept happening day by day. And it's been 15 years. And on an average per month, I finish one whole diary, at least one and a half diary I finish in a month. I keep writing everything, whatever I talk to a candidate, whenever I go for a meeting, I keep writing. And this helped me a lot in recruitment.
But I'm curious to, like, as per your, with 15 years of experience you have managing such a large volume of candidates going on through you,
Correct.
uh, what do you think is what is the perfect recruitment process which we can classify?
I always ask my colleague, my junior colleague, as well as I follow this when I get a job description. I get to know about the company first. I Google it myself, and I kind of do my self research to understand what is a company about. Then I get into the JD. I see what this JD is matching with the company. and I talk to the salesperson to understand much clearer. I always, we as a team, we always want us, the recruiter, to talk to the department head to understand things. So it's always better to follow this process. Understand about the company, read the JD, get your doubts clarified with the department head, and then get to the recruitment part. Otherwise, it's going to be a long run.
That's true. That's a perfect model. Like connect with the sourcer or like a hiring manager, and then understand from his side what exactly he's looking for.
Yes.
Collecting unsaid words is always best policy here, which is always works.
Very true.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. But I'm sure in your life, if you want to share something called aha moment, which you want to happen again and again, right? So what is that aha moment?
For a recruiter, say 3-4 years down the lane, you place a candidate as an assistant manager and or an executive. After 5 years or 6 years, he calls you up and says that he's become the general manager. Or after 15 years, in my case, I have got few candidates who keeps contact me and telling me every time they get a promotion.
I think that's all clearly reflect that company is happy, candidate is happy. They both join, they marry with each other, and now they're surviving with each other and growing with each other.
Exactly.
Now let us talk about something other side of your life. Do you recall any proud moments in your life when you still remember them? It gives you goosebumps.
Let's see. There was one client of mine who was searching for one particular candidate. I mean, one particular designation. I mean, technical skill, which they were trying for close to 1 year, 1.5 years with many other recruitment agencies as well. They couldn't find one, and it was very critical at that point of time. And they came to us, and I was the person who was handling it. Now, this assistant manager I'm talking about, I'm relating this person. It was from a tech-based company. Now, I got this person to join them, and they were very happy, and they never knew. Now, this tech company was very small in 2008-9, I suppose, and this person joined in. We did a massive change of the company. The company has done wonderfully well, and now it is a Fortune 500 company. It's one of the best company, and he's the GM there. This is the best.
I can feel it.
Yeah.
If you help somebody to get in the job, and that helped everybody to change the whole company.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm sure in this whole journey of roller coaster of 2020, as a recruiter, you must have built up some new beliefs or new value system inside you. Would you like to share that? What is that? Something comes up.
Yeah. One thing I got to know this 2020 is I can work anywhere. You give me a laptop, you give me a phone, you give me a decent network, I can sit on the road also and work. So that's not going to be a difficult part for me. This is what I learned.
And now as a fellow recruiter, you have a vast experience, 15 years. Now, new recruiters are also coming up in this industry. People have aspirations. They always look for some tips and tricks or some keynote motivation for them. What do you advise them today? Like if they want to be successful tomorrow, right? Maybe down the line 5 years, but what they should start doing now?
See, recruitment. If you ask me, recruitment has to be done with passion. If you don't have the interest to learn, then and the passion to learn, then recruitment is not the place where you can be. I mean, yes, it is kind of monotonous at times, but you got to learn from everything you get to think. I wouldn't phrase it as one advice. I would say 3 advice I would like to give. You have to have the passion to do it. You have to stay open to learn, and you have to do anything and everything in recruitment with a smile.
That's wonderful. Anything else, Victor, you want to add something or you want to say from your side?
Youngsters who think this is kind of a telecalling job. You call candidates, they say interested, then you talk. No, this is not that. It's more beyond. You got to understand the candidate psychologically. You got to open him up. Then he opens up. Then you got to understand whether he fits in the bill. Otherwise, if you don't have the passion, you can't do this. So if you choose in recruitments, come with passion. Otherwise, this is not the place to work.
Wonderful. Great, Victor. Thank you very much for all your help and all the sharing knowledge. I'm sure thousands of people who are going to watch this video and get inspired.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Vinay.